Allah is not shy of the truth. We don't say that Islam is here to live, to coexist with lots of different religions and all of us can just hold hands and be friends. This religion was sent to dominate the world. It was sent to be superior, to extinguish the light of every other religion and to be superior to it. We're not shy to say it, and we don't find that to be something that we should be shy to say. That this religion has been sent to dominate, to wipe out, to take out every other religion, to eclipse it, to be superior to it, to have the people leave every religion and to accept Islam. And if that requires fighting to achieve it, then it requires fighting to achieve it.
This is the evening of Saturday, the 21st day of March 2026. Since yesterday, the video and pictures of hundreds of Boko Haram members, the Islamic State of West African Province terrorists, holding the prayer in the Chad to mark their Muslim celebration, it is something that is sending shockwave to so many people. But if you have been on this channel for a while now, you will not have anything shocking about the videos, the pictures that is circulating when they are celebrating their Muslim festival. Because these people, as you know, they are fighting for the expansion of Islam. You can argue about this thing from today to tomorrow. Okay, you can argue about this, but this is what their handbook says. You try to get Boko Haram handbook, try to get ISWAP handbook, try to get the Nakurawa handbook. This is what they are saying, that they want Sharia state. So what they are saying is not anti-Islam. So what they are saying is in line with the stipulations of Islam. In that their handbook, they quoted so many, holy books, as they call it. They put so many chapters and verses where Allah asks them to do what they are doing. So at this moment, a lot of people are waking up. These kind of things, it happened before, like last year, yes. It happened last year, but people did not pay attention to it. Now, after bombing in Goshe, after bombing in Borno State, carried out bombs in the hospital, in the post office, these people went and started praying. And what is surprising me is that, this footage of terrorists praying is not only in Nigeria. The footage from Mali is out. The footage from Burkina Faso is out. So these people are actually doing what they are doing because of religion. However, the emergence of heavily armed insurgents conducting these prayers in an open field, in an open field, it shows that the insecurity in Nigeria is something that we don't even know about. The insecurity in Nigeria is a government. Yes, it is a government. Now, yesterday, I also learned that the Nigerian army stormed Ingoshe and they celebrated their own prayer in the mosque that they dislodged the terrorists. So that is what is circulating online, but we are still yet to confirm the casualties and how they were able to do that, or they did not meet the terrorists there. But this is the information that is available. Now, when you go to the platform called AZ Zandaka, propaganda platform, okay, AZ Zandaka, as Zandaka, okay. If you go to this platform, you will see the activities of these people. This platform is linked to Al-Qaeda terrorists. I've really got a lot of information about these terrorists from this platform. So you can go and check it out. So when you look at what is going on, I'm just trying to let people know who we are doubting before that what is going on in Nigeria has nothing to do with Islamization of Nigeria. I'm just trying to open your eyes to see that this is all about Islamization. Like, I have many Muslims who are my friend. Many of them do not believe that what Boko Haram is fighting for is Islamization of Nigeria. But I do tell them that, look at, you are just trying to deceive yourself. Then I have so many of them as well who don't even, why I'm like some of my friends, they don't hide the agenda of these terrorists. They said, Okocha, I don't want to tell you that Islam is a religion of peace. So is this, is that? Oh. Islam will conquer the world. Islam will take over Nigeria. They do tell me like this to my face. Now, the relationship I have with these people is the relationship of face me, I face you. Like, tell me the truth, I tell you the truth. When I mean the truth they know, then the truth I know, I tell them. Okay? I do tell them the truth that, look at, this is a way of trying to legalize terrorism in the whole world. And it can happen. You people will never succeed. Okay? I'm very blunt about that. You people will never succeed. But for as many people that we pay deaf ear and pay less attention to this and think that this is just for nothing, you people will succeed in every of their community, every of their country, every of their states. Anybody at this moment who do not understand that what is going on globally is Islamization. Okay, it's an agenda given to them from their holy book. Like these people are doing the work of a God. That is what they think. That is what they believe. And they believe that if they die, if you kill them now, they die straight ahead to heaven. So people who have such ideology, this kind of ideology, it will be very difficult for you to be able to dismantle it or to change it, because they even believe that, yeah, let death come. I'm ready to die. If I die, I will go to heaven. So anybody who believes that killing him is not anything, the person will go to every length, disobeying every law to make sure they get what they want. I weep for Nigeria in a way. I weep for Nigeria. Yes, I weep for Nigeria. Many people are psychophants, like, they are so greedy not to say the truth. They want money, they want power, they don't want to say the truth. Okay? If actually Nigeria wanted to be one, Nigeria will not be like this. So many things happening today will not happen like this. Nigeria don't have the plan to remain one. Forget about that constitution. You say that Nigeria is indivisible. Yes, indivisible in the sense that indivisible that we are going to Islamize it. That is what it means. Because you can't tell me that, look at terrorists parading, doing their celebration, doing all sorts of things, and nobody questioned them. Now, ask yourself, what are they fighting for? They are fighting for an Islamic state. They want an Islamic country. I've said this time without number. This is a pity. Now, the last thing I'm going to say in this video is that these attacks, this insecurity is not stopping soon. Sultan of Sokoto said if it will ever stop, it will take decades. Not that a decade is 10 years, but decades meaning from 20 years upward, okay? Now, another thing is that during the Channels Television interview yesterday, I talked about it, and I'm going to play the video for you here. Brutai said the same thing. He said, listen, this issue of insecurity is going to be something like perpetual. It's going to be longer than people think. And I'm telling you that the only thing that will make this insecurity to stop is that Nigeria is totally Islamized, number one. Number two is people must be able to rise. Not only fighting them, they must be able to rise, fight them, and separate this country. This ideology, look at what they are doing in US, in London, in Denmark, all part of everywhere in the world, apart from China, apart from Russia. These are the countries who knows how to handle these people. And some European countries like Poland, Hungary is trying, Italy is trying a little bit. So many countries are prone to Islamization, and it's going to happen. So this is not only about Nigeria issue. Before you start talking nonsense that if somebody win 2027 election, this thing will stop. If anybody comes out to tell you, if I win 2027, this is an economic issue, they need money, run. The person is part of the problem. I'm just telling you the truth. Okay? What is going to solve this problem is that, apart from we putting up a stiff fight to resist this, we must be able to understand that this ideology has no end. It's forever. So you've got to separate yourself. That is where the concept of partitioning, dividing Nigeria comes in. We must be able to sit down around the table and say, listen, let us respect humanity for once, like Yugoslavia did. Let's separate this country into many parts. If you like, into 1 million. The concept, the purpose of separating this, let people stop dying. Let people stop dying. Go and find the reason why Oduduwa People's Congress, why they started agitating that they need Oduduwa Republic. Go and find out the reason why Biafra as a nation started agitating, or even why Ojukwu declared as Biafra, than led to the agitation you are seeing today. It is easy for you to just say that let us stop Biafra agitation, let us stop Oduduwa this thing, but you fail to address the reason what led to the agitation. So I don't know how African men think, or we think, but I think the best thing to do is heal the nail at the head. We've got to dismantle this nation. That is the only solution. And we've got to do this in a roundtable. People must be able to tell themselves the truth. People must be able to tell themselves the truth. Goodluck Jonathan, before he left office, had a national conference. It was in the Goodluck intention to dismantle Nigeria into regions when he comes back to the second term. That was his intention, because he knew the problem. He understood. Goodluck Jonathan is kind of person that already he understood that, listen, Nigeria can never get better with this. It's so unfortunate. Anyway, take a listen to Brutai.
By all standards, you say they've been technically
But are they technically
defeated.
regrouping? Are you worried about the manner in which they look like they are resurging?
You see, I have mentioned it, and I warned, at the time I was leaving office, time I was appointed ambassador, I warned, that this is a cankerworm, and it may persist much, much longer than we assume. I mean, we are thinking. It's very clear. And I didn't do it just out of, wishful thinking or, with any mindset in order, to get, attention to myself. No. Because I know, it's not just the military, it's not just the army's responsibility. It's not. This had always been emphasized. And I've mentioned it, the National Security Strategy 2019, spoke of the whole of society approach, in tackling this insecurity. We have done our own up to 2019, 2021, and so on. And those that took over from you continued. But was this sustained? The military has always been there. They have not left those places. And today, if you go to certain parts of the northeast and even some part of the northwest, you see roads, accessibility to certain areas,
what you wanted was that the military should stay put and conquer those spaces and not allow these guys to go.
No. This is development. When you say the whole of society approach, development, infrastructure.
They didn't follow through.
The government has to bring roads, rail, improve infrastructure, improve the social, amenities or facilities in those countries, employment, and so on. These are some of the all of society
is it
approach.
Too late to start working?
It's not late. It's not late.
So we need to go back to that whole of society
approach, yeah.
In ensuring that people get all of these amenities and be able to socio-economic issues.
Exactly.
But General, let me ask you: do you regret that when you were in office, you did not ensure the naming of the financiers of terror?
Well, you see, this is another issue. That's why we over-rely on the military. We over-rely on the army. Everybody has his own responsibility. All right? You can't say I should be responsible to name the financiers of the terror. No,
but the military under you, on the army under you, said there are those, those people who are funding terror. The federal government of the day said they were going to name them.
They know who gave them that info. The government knows where the source came from. We have other agencies that are responsible.
But did you feel frustrated that those names were not
mentioned? Well, it's not a matter of mentioning the names. Action should be taken, Action should be taken.
And we see how these people work in the society today, and we know them.
Well, I think there is, documents are there, and those agencies know whatever is happening.
Are there reasons why the names were not released?
No, you see, the issue is not a matter of naming names, okay? Names can be mentioned, all right? But what follows is what is.
So they left them unprosecuted. They didn't go after them.
There are still some Boko Haram, detainees or people that have been arrested for several years. They are still not being prosecuted,